Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sarah. This 15-minute video is designed to help you relax your body before bedtime. You need a nice little cozy spot to do this in. I'm lighting a couple of candles here and I've got an oil burner going with some lavender scent. Lavender's really good to help you relax, especially before bedtime. And I've also got myself a nice hot pot of chamomile tea brewing for when I finish the session. I should also mention that you're going to need a couple of tightly rolled towels here, one for the back of your neck and one for the back of your pelvis. So whenever you're ready, just gather up all of those things, make your room lovely and cozy. You can even do this in your PJs if you like, just make sure that you can move around freely. And then if you get yourselves into a seated position with your hands just behind your knees, sit up tall, we're going to breathe in, relax the shoulders. And then on your next out breath, very gently and slowly roll down into a supine position. And then you're going to rest the back of your neck on your towel. Okay, just let your head hang nice and heavy. Arms down by your sides, pop your feet onto the floor so the knees and the feet are hip width apart. You won't need the other towel just yet, just pop that to the side. But do make sure that the towel behind your neck is nice and secure and you can just relax your shoulders and your arms here. You can close your eyes, but let's just concentrate on breathing lovely and deeply now, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe towards the tummy button, really use as much lung capacity as you can. Go slowly as well, really draw that breath in through the nose, feel it travelling into the lungs. And as you breathe out, just let any stress or tension leave the body through the shoulders. You can rest your hands on your tummy here. And when you breathe in, if you feel your tummy rise and fall, you know you're breathing very deeply and you're using as much lung capacity as possible, getting the oxygen flowing through the body, helping you to relax. Just keep the shoulders nice and relaxed and the head heavy. We'll do a couple more breaths like this before we start to change the way we breathe to our lateral breathing technique. And to do this, we need to engage the core. So the next time you breathe out, very gently draw your tummy button towards the spine and hold it there. So you've just got your abdominal muscles tightened. And now as you breathe in through the nose, you're sending the air through the sides and the back of the rib cage. So instead of breathing down towards the tummy button, we're breathing sideways instead, still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. The aim here is to try and take just as much air in as before, but we're breathing sideways instead of down. Let's keep the core engaged and keep the lateral breathing going. We're going to start to add some movement now. Very gently start to rock the pelvis forwards and backwards. You're just massaging the sacrum, the back of the pelvis. As you tuck your tailbone under, draw the navel towards the spine. And as you tip the pelvis forward, you're just creating a really small gap between the lower back and the floor. Try and exhale as you tuck your tailbone under. And inhale to rock the pelvis forward. Now we're going to try and come up a little bit higher. Now as you tuck your tailbone under, just lift a few more vertebrae from the floor. And when you do this, just stop when you can feel that there's a bit of pressure from the towel on the back of the neck. You don't need to come up too high. Hold it there. Now breathe in to roll back down again and tip the pelvis gently forward. And repeat this movement, going slowly and controlled on the way up into the shoulder bridge and on the way back down again. Remember, you don't need to come up all the way into the bridge. Just stop when you can feel the very gentle pressure of the towel towards the back of the neck. The next time we roll up into the bridge, let's hold it there. Try and make sure your tailbone is tucked under, you're not flaring the rib cage, and just widen out your arms away from your body a little bit. Now slowly tip the left hip towards the floor and roll down the left side of your back. Square up the back of the pelvis and slowly roll back up towards the shoulders. Do the same on the right, gently dropping the right hip and slowly rolling down the right side of your back. We're going to keep repeating this, alternating sides. So always going into the shoulder bridge with the back of the pelvis level with the floor. Remember, don't go too high, you just want a little bit of pressure applied to the back of the neck from the towel. Breathe out to come up, in to roll down. Relax that there and gently hug the knees. Draw them towards you and circle them slowly around in opposite directions, keeping the lower back nice and relaxed. Just bring the knees back to centre, keep the toes together but part the knees and see if you can take hold of the outside of your feet or your ankles and relax into a happy baby stretch. Gently let go of your feet, pop them down onto the floor and have the knees and the feet hip width apart. Arms down by your sides, relax the pelvis again and then widen out your arms, palms facing up and relax your shoulders. Take a good breath in. Exhale and engage the core, and as you breathe in again, take the knees slowly to the floor on the left. Just hold that pose, feeling the stretch around the outside of the body on the right. On your next exhale, let's go through center, taking the knees to the floor on the right. Hold it there for a moment. Exhale on the way through center, keeping the core muscles engaged throughout. Hold the knees to the floor on the left. We're going to go again over to the right. We're going one more time over to the left. Holding it there. Remember, as you go through center, press the lower back very gently towards the floor to feel the abdominal muscles tighten. We're going over to the right to hold it there. And then we'll come back to center. Slowly and gently roll onto your side facing the screen. You're going to place the towel just underneath the side of your neck and the arms should be out in front of you with the palms together. Send the top hip away from you so you're stacking your pelvis and draw your navel in towards the spine. Your knees should be bent with the heels in line with your tailbone. The next time you breathe in, slide the fingertips of the top hand along the inside of the bottom arm, across the chest, and lengthen out the arm behind you. With the arm extended, reach up and over back to the start position and repeat. All the while we're keeping the core engaged, we're keeping the pelvis facing forward. You can follow your fingertips with your eyes as well, but go slowly and controlled. Enjoy the stretch across the chest, into the outside of the body and potentially into the lower back. This will be your last one here, and then we're going to do the other side. So if you very carefully just roll yourself onto your back and make your way over to the other side. Of course, you're going to have your back to the screen, but just remember, you're tucking the towel into the side of your neck. You're going to have your arms out in front of you with the palms in contact with each other. Bend the knees, have your heels in line with your tailbone, but send the top hip away from you so you're stacking the pelvis and keep the core engaged throughout. Next time you breathe in, we're sliding the fingertips along the inside of the bottom arm, across the chest, reaching backwards with the arm, Keeping the arm extended, we make a big arc over the body, bringing the palms back together, and we repeat. This will be the last repetition, and after this one, if you just bring your arms back together again, and you can very carefully take yourselves onto your backs, just making sure the towel is tucked in to the back of the neck, and your feet are on the floor, knees and feet hip width apart. And then you can take hold of the knees, very gently draw them towards you, give your knees a squeeze, just stretch out the lower back and into the hips. And again, you can circle the knees around in opposite directions, keeping the lower back nice and relaxed. Carefully pop your feet back down onto the floor and have the legs in a crook position, so knees and feet hip width apart. Arms down by your sides, but then widen them out just slightly and relax your head so that the towel is on the back of the neck. Slowly turn your head to the right and begin to make little circles with your chin as you start to work your way over to the left side of the neck. So go slowly and add a little bit of pressure from the back of the neck to the towel. It's really nice and massaging movement, getting deep into the muscles. Very relaxing. Once you've reached the left-hand side, slowly make your way back over to the right. When you've made your way over to the right, just gently turn your head from left to right, and then square yourself back up again, and just breathe nice and deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth, making sure your shoulders and your pelvis are relaxed. We're going to be doing some pelvic tilts again, so next time you breathe out, engage the core and gently tuck your tailbone under, and as you breathe in, you're rocking the pelvis forwards, just massaging the back of the pelvis again. Make sure your feet are in full contact with the ground. Let's start to come up a little bit higher as we did at the start of the session. Gently roll back down again. And then we're going to go one more time back up. You don't need to go all the way, just stop when you feel that pressure on the back of the neck. It shouldn't be too hard, just a little bit of a massaging feeling. Gently roll down as you breathe in. Once you come down from your bridge, just give your knees a little squeeze, draw them towards you. We're going to come to seated next, so take hold of the back of the thighs. Just gently lift your head and shoulders and carefully rock yourself to seated. Now if you just take hold of your towel and move it towards you so that you can lean back on it, and the towel should be just underneath your shoulder blades. Keep the feet and the knees hip width apart. Draw your navel in towards your spine and place the hands behind your head with the fingers interlaced. You should have your elbows in your peripheral vision. The spine is slightly flexed here. The next time you breathe in, just very gently lower the back of the head towards the floor. Relax into this, allowing the elbows to gently drop out to the sides. And just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, but keep the core muscles engaged, protect the lower back. We're going to hold this for a few more seconds. And then the next time you breathe out, draw the navel in, gently lift the back of the head and the shoulders, bringing the elbows back into the peripheral vision, and the spine is again slightly flexed. We're going to hold this position and gently turn to the left. Hold it there, and slowly make your way over to the right. Hold it for a couple of seconds. Gently turn again to the left. Hold it there, and then gently turn to the right. Just enjoy that lovely massage for the muscles just underneath the shoulder blade there, mid-back area. let's come back to center here. And if you just pop your hands down on the floor very carefully, bring yourselves into a seated position. Good. You're going to need your other towel now. So let's just pop that just behind the back of the pelvis. We're going to be lying all the way back here, so you're going to take the other towel and move it just towards the top of the mat, because you need to have that just behind the neck once again. So you might just need to adjust yourself so that the lower towel is just underneath the back of the pelvis, so the bony part of the lower back. And then the top towel is secured behind the back of the neck. So allow your head to be heavy, arms down by your side and feet in full contact with the floor. Now you're just going to keep your core engaged as you bring your right knee in. Just give it a squeeze with both hands and lengthen out the left leg, pointing the toes. We're stretching out the hip flexors here, but do keep the core nicely engaged so you've got a stable pelvis as you do this. Really lengthen through that left leg. Carefully pop the right foot down, slide the left foot in and lengthen out the right leg. So you're going to do the same again but on this side. So gently bring the left knee in, give it a squeeze, point the toes of the right leg and really lengthen through that right leg, but keep the core engaged. Place the foot gently down and bring the right foot in. Bring the knees and feet together, widen out your arms slightly, and the next time you breathe out, draw your navel in towards the spine and lift your feet. Make sure that the towel is underneath the bony part of your lower back there. That's your sacrum. You're nice and comfortable. And you're just going to gently sway the knees from side to side. So using the strength of your arms and shoulders to help you, go slowly and massage the lower back. If that feels good, you can start to circle the knees around. But do make sure you keep your core engaged, especially as you take the knees forward and round. Keep the head nice and heavy as well, so you get a very slight stretch around the back of the neck. Just bring yourselves back to center. Keep your pelvis still as you replace both feet onto the floor. And then you're going to lengthen out both legs. Make sure that the towel around the back of your neck is nice and snug and comfortable, as is the towel around the back of the pelvis. You might just need to adjust it slightly. Try and relax into this for a moment, but keep the core engaged. Then very slowly, bring the feet back onto the mat. Knees and feet together, and then slowly allow the knees to drop out to the side so the soles of the feet are facing each other. Keep your tummy button towards the spine as well, and just try and relax into this kind of frog pose. If you think you can bring your heels a bit closer in towards your body, you can do that. It will give you an extra stretch. But breathe nice and deeply, in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're bringing the knees back together, lifting the feet, and then part the knees, taking hold of either the ankles or the outside of the feet to enjoy that lovely happy baby pose once again. Just allow the hips and the glutes to relax. And then pop the feet down onto the floor. Carefully remove the towel from the lower back area. We're going to very slowly come to seated, taking hold of one knee, and lifting the head and shoulders and gently bringing ourselves up to seated. And that brings us to the end of the session. Now I really hope you enjoyed that and you're feeling nice and calm and relaxed. If you've got yourself your drink of chamomile tea or whatever takes your fancy, just make sure it doesn't have any caffeine in it. And just enjoy a nice warm cozy drink before you take yourself off to bed. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to the channel so that you always receive notifications of a new video whenever I upload. See you again soon.